Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, welcome. Today is Mando Monday. We're starting a little bit early, and today's content is going to be just a little bit light on Mando content, but we'll talk some Mando news today. And it's just 73 days until Christmas 2020. Look forward to this discussion about Ezra. So we'll jump into this here in just a moment. Let me say good morning, Lord Vito. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for joining Park Outdoors. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Dale Erdman. It's all you. Headed out to the garden. Gray. Hey. Hello. And we're expecting a couple other guests to stop in. And I want to talk about this. I kind of tried to throw it up for Josh to hit this morning and give him a little kudos. Josh with the Den of Nerds has been hyping up this. There we go. I'm just trying to watch the chat and talk with you guys. So Josh has been kind of hyping up this Ezra thing for some time, and he's been looking at the evidence, and he has been quite optimistic that this is going to be the case. Lucas Texvenger, hello, welcome. So let me share some of this information with you all so that we can all be on the same page here. And I'll just share from my Twitter. I put this here so that I wouldn't lose track of it. And there's a tweet that came out from Timothy Drennan that showed up on my Twitter feed last night. And it said, "This man is either Ezra or the biggest troll on Twitter. Either way, I love it." And if you look at this picture here is amazing. So first of all, he's wearing this Lucasfilm limited shirt, but look on the laptop behind him, right? We've got Ezra from Rebels back here on the laptop. And if you read the tweet, it says, "I'm currently alone filming a new show." What could that new show be? It says a new show. What could that be? And couldn't celebrate the release of Bly Manor with my friends, family, or the Black Cast. So I've treated myself to one can of Coke. He's trying to draw people's attention to the Coke, which is right in front of Ezra. So it's quite obvious what he's talking about here. So, and thank you all so much for watching. Your tweets have made me smile. Cheers. So here he's got this Lucasfilm shirt on, and he's got Ezra on in the background. What could the new show be? That's my question. What could the new show be? So let's say if he's currently filming a new show, and let's just go to Rahul's Twitter feed, because there were some other tweets given over the last few weeks, and I know some other folks have talked about it. Callisto Arcus, hello! And did I see Patricia's in here? I don't. So anyway, just go through these tweets. And you can see some that go back where he was dropped some other hints about potentially being Ezra Bridger. So there's the most recent one. Let's just keep going back a little bit, because there's Callisto. Okay, very good. Made the connection there. Good, thank you. So we keep going back. Of course, we've got all this stuff from Bly Manor. That's great. But we keep going, and you will see there's a couple other major tweets. And again, Josh Lucas with Den of Nerds has covered this, as many other folks. But this other tweet that's coming up, he does from another set, and you can see the clues in the other set as well. Here we go. Almost there. I'm just going back through his tweet history. Of course, the guy's got quite a bit. I didn't index it because I wanted you guys to just be able to see. So here, Rahul, I'm in Star Wars. Update my IMDb. Oh, what was that? But you can see he's having fun. So he put his own face on Ray, right? So that's that part. And I think I already missed the other tweets. Maybe not. Let's keep going. Nope, I didn't. They're down here. here we go. What are they? There's a real good one. So he keeps putting Rebels. It says, Rebels fans unite. I really enjoy the show, and the fandom seems so pure and genuine, right? He's all complimentary about Rebels. Here we go. This is the tweet I was looking for. So here he is. Again, he tweets, and he's on the set of something, right? So you can see trailers. He's got this Star Wars shirt on, and he's obviously doing something, right? So what is the show that he was doing when this was taken? And then there's the older tweet here where he's saying, sorry about that Lothal tweet. And we saw that. And in the background of this video where he says that, you can hear the Mandalorian theme going on. So there's that. And then here's this other one that he put, gonna go hide for a while. My bad, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the day. And so he's putting this. So the guy has just given one after another after another. Here's the Lothal tweet that he talked about. I've gotten into that Lothal orphan, force sensitive, trained by Kanan Jarrus kind of shape for no particular reason. So that's the one he apologized for. So if I go back and we look at the original tweet from yesterday, and the Dinner Nerds definitely did tweet on this reply. What he says, I'm currently filming a new show. What is the new show? That's my question. What is the new show? Mandalorian season 2 finished filming some time ago. It's already past post-production, and there's some speculation about a second trailer, which, by the way, we talked about a little last week, and I said it looked like maybe the humidity was looking right for one to be coming on, much like you'd have a rain shower coming in. That looks like that's not the case. Looks like we were getting trolled a little bit there by the person that works for Disney Plus. But in any event, I still believe there's more likelihood of a second trailer than not. But I don't think we're going to see it this week. Maybe next week when we get it to 14 days out. So I'll just leave that there. But if we go, what's the filming of the new show? And that leads to some questions. What are the current projects that Disney Plus has for Star Wars shows? What could the show be that Rahul is currently filming? That's really what I wanted to ask Josh, if he could have joined us here and sent out a couple of invitations. And I want to ask you all, what is the show that's currently filming? What is it? And this was 13 hours. This was 2:22 a.m. October 11th. So this was just yesterday. He tweeted this. I don't know what show it could be. So I just went in and looked up what are the current projects in development. And this is from Screen Rant. Of course, it's not authoritative by any means, but they do have a list here. There's two lists that I'd like to go. Freeman, hello, welcome. He said it's got to be Ezra and Thrawn series post Rebels. Yeah, but let's address that, and I'll address it up front. Early on in I know Josh has talked about it, as well as the several other YouTube content creators have discussed this search for Ezra Bridger or the Rebels follow-up sequel series. And some discussion over, is that a animated series? Is it a live action series? Or is it both? Are we getting Ezra Bridger in both of these? I would say, first of all, that I think whatever this project he's working on is a live action series. I don't think he's doing voiceover work. So let's go there first. If it's the post Rebels sequel animated series, which I haven't seen any traction on lately, right? I saw that there was a discussion of it. There's several leaks out there that it's a project under development, but that would be a voiceover primarily for the animated series. I think whatever he's working on, you can tell that his look, his appearance, all of that looks like live action Ezra. So I think it's a live action show for sure. But let's go through the list and see if there's any news lately of actual filming. Right, that's the question. Are they filming that series right now? And I don't know. So here are the Screen Rant's list of 10. And I just by the way, I looked for other sources, and everybody's got their own little variation of this. But I'll say I didn't see anything recent, like within the last month, 30 to 60 days, that discusses this live action series. So Freeman, I think Filoni wants to do more live action stuff now. I agree with you that he has live action experience. I completely agree. And there's this term that Josh has been using and is kind of making its way around. The Filoni-verse, right? The Filoni-verse. All these series that are being filmed for Disney Plus have this connective tissue that tie them together. And I absolutely agree that I think that's the case. And but is an Ezra Bridger live action series in production? Are they filming? And that's what I don't know. That's what I can't find any evidence of. So we have here, these are the 10 that they discussed that are in, and this again, Screen Rant, who knows how accurate they are. 10, they're starting a countdown, 10, 9, 8, right? So number 10, they have here the Bad Batch animated series. We had some confirmation of this a few months ago, and we know that it's in the works, it's in production. And again, that's an animated series, so that wouldn't be live action Ezra Bridger. Number 9, Kevin Feige's movie. Again, this is kind of vague. We know that Feige was given a green light to work on something by his own request, and they said, yeah, that'd be great. Go ahead, but we don't know what it is. We don't have a release date on it or anything like that. So there's a lot of speculation over 2024 or 2025. That's not in production now. They're not doing filming on Kevin Feige's. So let's keep going. Number 8, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan miniseries. So some news came out last week that filming for this is going to start in March of 2021, spring of 2021. It's all over. So I see that here in a little bit, John Campia is going to be talking about this news as well. This filming starts in the spring of 2021. I don't think that means Ezra Bridger would be part of it. If he's doing the filming and it's Ezra Bridger, that's 2 ifs, right? So 2 questions. Is he doing Ezra Bridger in the current filming? That's really what we want to know. So I don't think it's the Obi-Wan series. Number 7, excuse me. Number 7, Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now that's still kind of up in the air. Nobody's heard any traction on that. Nobody's removed it either. So they keep concluding it until it's excluded. And by any event, this would not be filming right now either. So let's exclude that from the list. Number 6, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga video game. I don't think it's that. Right, again, it's animated, it's a video game. That'd be some voiceover, if anything. Number 5, Leslie Headland's female-led Disney Plus series. Now, what could this be? And I see some things here. So, Park. I think these ties in. Park. I feel like Bo-Katan was killed, and their death could be shown through the flashbacks of Mando. And I get the reason for that. Like, how did the Darksaber get into Moff Gideon's hands? And would that be that Bo was killed? That's possible. I don't know. And I see Gray. I said I don't think Bo got killed. I agree. I don't think Bo got killed. Maybe, but I think there's been some hint of Katie Sackhoff being involved in some live action Bo-Katan, and maybe that's going to be the flashbacks. But I think there's actually going to be a series, and I think that ties into this Leslie Headland female-led Disney Plus series. We very well could be getting a Bo-Katan live action series that that ties in. And with that, you could end up, the female lead would, of course, be Bo-Katan. And then you would have certainly Ahsoka as part of that. And it could involve many different characters, be female led because it's Bo-Katan. But if it's Bo-Katan, if that's Leslie Headlands, I have not seen that this is in production. Maybe it is, and I'll throw out there. Do you guys think that Bo-Katan is in production? Gray, I think Bo-Katan and Ahsoka will get together again and take down Moff Gideon. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of leading to. Like, is this the show that that Ezra Bridger live action is being done? Is this the show that's currently filming? I don't know. I haven't seen anything that says it's in production yet, but perhaps they're that far along. Number 4, the Cassian Andor series. The timing isn't right, and nor is the cast right for this. Yes, Sabine Wren would be the other female we could have as a female-led series. That's right. So Cassian Andor, I don't think it would be that. 3, the High Republic. This isn't a series or a movie. This is all literature-driven, so that's not in the cards, I don't think. Nor would it be the right time frame. Number 2, Taika Waititi's movie. This one has a little bit earlier rumored release date. It could be the 2022 date. Again, I don't think it's in production, and I don't think that's what he's filming. Number 1, The Mandalorian season 3 and 4. So I don't think we're going to see. And I saw Freeman. I saw you post in the Den of Nerds Discord that you thought maybe he could have been involved with the season 2 Mandalorian. Perhaps, but if they're doing current filming, it would have to be season 3. Season 3 we know has been greenlighted. They're working on the pre-production, but I don't think they're doing filming yet for Mandalorian season 3. So I would rule out we see an Ezra in season 2 or 3, perhaps 3, because that could come later. But I don't think the filming that he's doing right now is Mandalorian season 3. So that then leads us to, there's another article here. They have 5 rumored projects they'd love to see. These are 5 they'd like to see and 5 not. And there's some overlap here. Again, this is still Screen Rant, but I like the list. The first is they've got the High Republic movie. And this is a rumored project. Again, it ties into that novels. I don't think that's it. I don't think that what they're filming wouldn't be that. Number 9, they wouldn't like to see a movie about Mos Eisley. I haven't even heard this rumor. It'd be kind of crazy. I get that there could be some content there because you'd have folks coming and going, the hive of villainy and scum, all that, right? You could have some stuff going on. It might be compelling. Number 8, Guillermo del Toro's Jabba the Hutt trilogy. Now, I haven't heard of a specific Jabba the Hutt trilogy, but it would be a good one. The Hutt family, crime families. We've talked about maybe a Game of Thrones-ish kind of thing where you'd have different houses like Game of Thrones, but different cartels that have different control of different segments of the known and uncharted regions. And with that, you could include the Chiss, you could include the Hutts, lots of other crime families. Mark Hamilton, hello, welcome. But again, this is a rumored project that I don't know has kicked off, nor would it likely involve Ezra Bridger. So let's count that out. Number 7, Solo 2. Screen Rant doesn't like that. I do like the idea of a Solo 2, but I don't think it would be in a movie format. I think it would be a live action format. And Solo 2 has had some rumors of some casting around all these characters, right? So the characters tied in with the first Solo movie, there's been a lot of rumors. So maybe a Solo 2 project is in the works. is a live action series in the Filoniverse. Just unclear that that's happening or that there's current filming. Number 6, the Lando spinoff. That's part of what I was just talking about. Again, we've heard of some contracts being signed. We've heard that that's in the works, but I don't know that it's currently filming. There's Lord Callis. Hello, welcome. So let's see. Let me get caught up. Freeman. Yeah, I think he filmed a cameo in season 2. That could be, and that he's filming a standalone series. What is that standalone series? That's my question. And are they currently filming? I don't know of any other current production that is filming. And we know that Lucasfilm is very secretive, right? They hold everything tight, and which causes all kinds of fake rumors and leaks to get out, and all kinds of problems too. But yeah, I think that he's currently filming a standalone series. What? I don't know what that is. And did he film a cameo in season 2? Perhaps. So we'll see. Lord Callis, what do you say here? Could be cool seeing what the Bounty Hunter series is bringing to the table regarding crime syndicates. Yeah, I think a crime syndicate series in the Filoniverse, or even the movies, right? If you were to have a group of movies around different syndicates, you could have a movie on the Hutt syndicate. Again, the Chiss, the Ascendancy. You could have. Oh my goodness! There's so many opportunities. So that's what I think. I think that'd be good. If there's there you go, Gray. Gray, we are friends. I'm just going to put that out there because Bounty Hunter series, there has to be Cad Bane. I love Cad Bane, and I know that a lot of people say, no, you can't have Cad Bane. He's dead, and they refer back to that unfinished Clone Wars episode that was never canonized. Let's just put that there. That show was never canonized, nor was it definitive in that Cad Bane is dead. There's some allusion to it, but in Star Wars, unless you know, like, and we can always go back to saying Maul was cut in half. And if Maul survived being cut in half, then unless you know they're dead, they're not fully dead. And so it was Cad Bane. Even if you were to try to canonize that unfinished Clone Wars episode, maybe even air it, that unfinished episode did not definitively show that he was dead. Supposedly he took a shot to the head, his hat goes flying off and all of that, if you haven't seen it. And at the same time, Boba Fett takes a shot to the helmet where he gets that little dent in there. And that's supposedly where that came from. So, yeah, Freeman, I'm with you. Ezra and Thrawn series set in the Ascendancy that introduces the Grisk. Dude, I am all in. I'm all in. Absolutely. So, there you go. Gray, I love him. I've got a tattoo. Oh my goodness, he's not dead and is way better than Boba. Amen. They're Gray. I completely agree. Look, it's for me. It's not even close. When you go, Cad Bane is by far the best bounty hunter from the Clone Wars animated series, in my own estimation. I love him. So anyway, we got that. Let's go back to our list here. The Lando series. Number 5, Darth Maul spinoff. Now, there was some rumor of this as well. Again, not an Ezra feature there. Number 4, Knights of the Old Republic movie. Now, this has started to get some traction recently. And it came back up again when they talked about having Darth Bane, something featuring Darth Bane. And could that be tied to the Knights of the Old Republic, a series or movie? Perhaps, but again, not Ezra. So we're just focusing on that. Number 3 is the Rian Johnson trilogy. They talked about that before, and they're not in favor. And who knows? Number 2, Ahsoka Tano spinoff on Disney+. Now, this is likely. And it goes right in there with that female-led series. We could very well have 2 series that, or 3, if you want to count Mando, where Ahsoka is showing up. She's definitely going to be in season 2 of The Mandalorian. She's rumored to be a Ahsoka Tano spinoff series, which could be a second series. The third would be then whatever this female-led one is, being Bo-Katan or oh shoot, I just went blank. Gray gave it to us just a little. Sabine Wren. So she should be in 3 different series in different aspects, or perhaps the female-led series would be the Ahsoka Tano featured series. So there's that. And then the last one on their list is the Darth Vader spinoff series, which again, I've seen those rumors, but I haven't seen any traction. So if we go back to the very first tweet from Rahul, right? Rahul says, I'm currently alone filming a new show. Currently filming a new show. I'm stuck. What is this new show? For me, it's narrowed down to maybe 2. It's got to be either the Ahsoka series, spinoff series, or the female-led series. Now, the other option, which I did not give just now, is the search for Ezra Bridger. Where is that? What is the status of it? We haven't heard anything on that recently. I know that it's been out there. There's been leaks and rumors of this spinoff series being animated or live action or both. That's possible, but again, we don't see it in the rumored list anything recently in the last 30, 60 days. There's been no traction on that search for Ezra Bridger series, either live action or animated. I totally believe that it's happening. I know, I feel like the animated series is well on its way, but the live action series, I think, is being scoped out, and it's in some sort of pre-production. Whatever the current, and this is where I go back to, whatever the current filming from his tweet, what would that be? And is it even Star Wars related? What other projects is he tied to that could be filming? So A, is it Star Wars related? Is he currently filming a Star Wars news show? And then secondly, what is that show? And I think if anything were to support the theory of him just trolling and him trying to get himself cast as Ezra Bridger, right? Like he's trying to get some fan movement on this. He wants the role in a bad way, and so he keeps putting this out there. That's the other option. Is this is all just a huge troll, and him trying to petition to get the job, if and when they have it. And I know that there's some rumors that he signed the contract way back, and that the filming, the guest appearance in season 2 is going to be there. So back to what Freeman had said earlier, I've heard the same, but we don't have confirmation yet, and he's still kind of on this gray area of either he has he's either trolling or it's real, and if it's real, then what on earth is it? So that's what I wanted to talk about. Lead off today. We've had a great discussion. There's a lot of other Star Wars news, folks. The more you guys want to talk about it, if you throw it in the comments here, I'll kind of try to keep up with those, and we'll visit those. We talk about a couple other things. There's Ahsoka is going to be the Star Wars version of Gandalf. Yeah, Ahsoka the White, absolutely. That's absolutely possible. Right here, Park. Disney's now fully realizing, or finally realizing, people want prequel content. Oh, absolutely, they want prequel content. That age of fan is now up into their adulthood, and they're want more content from there. Not only that, but older fans, as myself, who fell in love with the Clone Wars animated series and enjoy the Rebels animated series. We've gotten more invested in the prequels where maybe the movies didn't engage us as much. So this prequel era is ripe for harvest, and it seems that they're focusing on it. But let's couch that just a little bit, because the Mandalorian, while it has these rumors of tie-ins from the prequel era. It is not prequel era, right? The Mandalorian is post original trilogy, so it follows then the return of the Jedi, but it could still have these characters from the prequel era visit as older. It is a few years older, so that's where we are. So anyway, there's a couple other news articles. This one here I read. This is a great article, and I just raise your attention to it because it goes back to Emily Swallow. If you're not familiar, she plays the armorer in The Mandalorian. So with it being Mando Monday, I want to make sure we have some good Mandalorian tie-in. Emily Swallow did this interview, and it is absolutely tremendous. It's really good. You see what a huge fan she is. But she drops a couple of bombs in here I haven't heard people talk about either. She talks about her character being an instant favorite, how super excited she is, and some of the filming process and all of that. But one of the things she talks about in here is the possibility for her character to show up in other series. And so there's a lot. You guys, if you haven't seen it, Star Wars Holocron blog has this article. It's really good, and it talks about here you see Favreau was involved with the Iron Man, and he used that experience from the Iron Man 1 with the armor. You know, when he was making his own armor, and you have the armor here. A lot of that's good. And it goes on. She talks about her voice and where it came from, and it's just absolutely gold. And she says that Jon Favreau suggested watching the Kurosawa movies. And most of us have heard this already, and she used that for inspiration. But it goes on. I want to see if I can just see it as I scroll through. Again, the project was tightly guarded, and she's really excited about how it's being picked up for people doing their own costumes, remakes of it. It's starting to show up in demand for Halloween costumes even, which is great. And I know Lord Callis got his own Black Series figure of the armorer during that Hasbro event that happened just a couple weeks ago. So that's fantastic. The armor is such a gift, getting to embrace a character who's wise, has patience, blah, 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 right? It goes on, and how much she inspires the fans. Little girls want the armorer for Halloween. There it is right there. Cosplayers who are making their own armorer costumes. It's a thrill. And she would do it in any medium. She said she's done some motion capture work for video games. She'd be down for doing a video game, including the armorer, which raises the question, might they do that? And she's not saying that they did, but she's up for doing it. She'd like to do voiceover. So maybe an animated series that features the armor. Or maybe you get a Lego Star Wars adaptation, right, where she could do a voiceover in a video game and or a Lego movie or show. Those would be fantastic. The armor says continue Star Wars history of complex, predominant female characters dating back to Leia. It goes on. She grew up, and this is where you see what a fan Emily is of Star Wars. And she said, I grew up with Leia. I grew up wanting to be her. I had all these Ewok adventures in my backyard. I tried to do the Leia hair. It failed. Star Wars just always been a part of my life. It doesn't make sense to have a world without it. She loves Star Wars. And it's fantastic when you got actors and actresses who just grew up with Star Wars and they love it so much. They're invested in it. And she talks about some of the challenges. And this would be wonderful. She says, I hope they release a blooper reel of Mandalorians in between takes, because there's plenty of bumping of heads. I was amazed how welding sequencing and the forging sequences came together, because there are plenty of moments when I was dropping things and trying to pick things up and I couldn't. It was anything but graceful. How many of you would love to see a Mandalorian blooper reel as part of the additional content on Disney Plus? sign me up. Yes, please. Oh, absolutely. Yes, please. And I know many of us have said if they would release The Mandalorian on a Blu-ray and add in some of the docu-series that was included, and maybe like these blooper cuts as part of additional content, I would buy it. Take my money, Disney. So Lucasfilm, make it, put it in a Blu-ray. Give us these outtakes. It would be fantastic. And so it's just a wonderful, wonderful article. And I wanted to show you guys, this is worth reading. It's not that long, and it's just, it's inspiring. So you can find that on the internet. That's pretty easy. Catch up. Yeah, Lord Callis. She says she's due to ship on the 14th. I look forward to seeing it. It's very exciting. Mark, Jabba pulling gangster moves on Han's moral compass being tested. Well, yeah, sure. Park Outdoors. Yeah, I have the armor as a narrator for maybe a single 40-minute history of Mandalore special on Disney Plus. Oh, I'll take that too. Yes, please. I think that would be great. So this is a wonderful article. Again, it's not controversial. It does, it's not headline making. It's not spilling the beans on anything. But it's absolutely wonderful content. It's a great article. And for Mando Monday, I wanted to bring that up and also just address Mando Mondays. If you've not heard of that before, StarWars.com. They're having Mando Mondays, and it starts. They've got a countdown on here: 14 hours, 23 minutes, 21 seconds. So this is great. So somewhere around 1:30, 1:15, whatever, because they've got this 23-minute thing. And I'm looking at my clock. I'm thinking 23 minutes. Oh, that'd be 1 o'clock. Yeah. So 1 p.m. Eastern for those of you. 14 days from now. And Mando Mondays is going to be a release of new products, books, comics, and video game content inspired by the Mandalorian. So 2 weeks from today, we're going to start getting Mando Mondays from StarWars.com. And on here, we'll look at whatever the new merchandise release is. We'll talk about it and have some discussion about that on Mondays. And in addition, we'll talk about the latest episode of The Mandalorian that happened the week before. So, of course, this one happens in 2 weeks, the Monday before the 30th. And then, of course, on the 30th, which is Santa and Mrs. Claus's anniversary. It'll be our 24th wedding anniversary. That happens 34th. Oh, my goodness, Santa. 34th wedding anniversary. That'll be the 30th of this month. So Mandalorian is a anniversary gift for Santa. Oh, I'm very excited about it. And then following Monday, the Mando Monday after that, we'll be able to talk about it, which is November 2nd. So Monday, November 2nd would be when we would start doing that. Freeman, I wanted a series about the Mandalorian Wars on Disney Plus. Sure. Yeah. Adam, surprised they haven't released it on Blu-ray. Exactly. What are they waiting for? I know physical media is on the decline, but where there's money to be made, just cash flow to be had, you would think they would do that. Great. I love blooper reels. Me too. Great. Me too. Mark, give us a Disney Plus series followed by Young Palps and his journey with Plagueis. Oh, Mark, if they were willing to bring Plagueis back into canon in following that novel in any way, if they would follow that, I don't yet know that there are any major conflicts with current canon that would make the Plagueis novel conflict, or not in a major way anyway. I think that would be very popular. Park Outdoors, 22 and 23 could have most months of the year with Disney Plus Star Wars content. Absolutely. And we talked about this in an interview that's coming up. I kind of alluded. I did an interview with a friend of mine, a magic maker with Reimagining Star Wars. We did an interview with a YouTuber that's much bigger than us, one of those 100,000 plus YouTubers. And we're going to do an interview soon about that. And we talk about the future of Star Wars being long story format versus movie format, which is more of a blockbuster. And look forward to announcing more on that and revealing that to you all soon. You can take guesses, maybe who that YouTuber is. I tell you who it's not. It's not Josh Lucas with the Den of Nerds, because that guy's been busy. I am desperately trying to get Josh on the schedule to do an interview, and we can then release it in November. If we can get Josh on the line, so Gray, if you have any influence with Josh, or I know some others here have relationships with Josh. Lord Callis, you do as well. If we can get Josh to carve out an hour of his time to do an interview with myself and a magic maker, we would love to do that and get him as our second guest on these interviews. So I'll share more about that coming up. So just another follow-up. Again, Hasbro's HasLab project for the Razor Crest. They did do a major announcement and a video of the actual physical model, where you can see them. They've got it here. They've got the physical model where they take it apart. You get to see the size of it, the handling of it, and you see where the engines are like, that big. They're fantastic. So looking forward to that. But on that reveal, they talked about having another unlock. So there's an unlock 1, which is the escape pod. Unlock 2 is this the child, and this is actually vacuum molded tin, so it's metal. And then there's a lot of speculation what that third unlock or third good target goal is going to be. They just weren't ready to announce it. But during the reveal, they showed that the model itself has position to hold carbonite blocks, the bounties, and it can hold a handful of those blocks in the model itself. There's a place to store them. So the current thought is that it's going to be those carbonite blocks. There's also some chatter out there about some electronics, but that's kind of out there, and we're not sure that that's actually part of it. So it does seem that maybe the third unlock will be the carbonite blocks. Again, for people that aren't aware of the HasLab project, it's $350 US to get in on it, and that would be where you can get in, and it includes those unlocks. And that child comes in, it's a carded release, so you get it in the seal. It's in a vintage collection size, which is 3 3/4 scale, inch scale. So there's that, and that's exclusive. You're only going to be able to get that tin pod in this project. They're going to release it in other forms, but those will be plastic molds, not the metal. Mark, I was originally hoping for the blurg unlock, but the scale wouldn't work and never fit up the ramp. We'll see. Mark, he's taking a little bit of disagreement with me, saying there's definitely going to be electronic. There's leads in the video they skip past. But maybe so. Yeah, Gray, the last, I have no pull with Josh. Yeah, me neither. I know we're friends, and I took vacation. We went out to Pittsburgh, made a trip down there. We were going to try to catch him for lunch, but the guy is a working fool, right? He's really, and his channel is getting ready to explode. It's really, really growing quickly and going to the next level. He's doing some great work there. So no slight on him. I have no pull with him whatsoever. he won't return messages from me, email from me, because the guy is working. So would appreciate getting that. The next thing, Mando Monday, there were some posters revealed today, and these are fantastic. I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're on, I saw them on Star Wars Explained, but look at these posters for the Mandalorian. Here you got the Mando in this background. This looks just fantastic. I love it. The second poster, Cara Dune. Look at that. I love the color. I love the lighting. It's just, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. The third one, here we get Carl Weathers. The dude is legit. I love his new outfit. We've seen some earlier stuff with these medallions on the vest. He looks great. Carl Weathers, killing it. And then the last is the child. Now, I thought this was interesting because he looks a bit distressed and sad, which is concerning. What is going on that has the child so distressed? These posters are wonderful. Again, I saw this on Star Wars Explained's Discord. I'm part of that group there, and somebody posted them earlier. But these posters are beautiful. Yeah, what a great pose for Kara. Absolutely, Callista, Patricia. Yeah, I absolutely agree. She looks gorgeous. Look at that. I just love the color. I love the lighting, the texture, everything here. Just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. The same with Mando. Look at this. Look at the reflection. The lighting coming off the Beskar, right? It's just, I'm super excited for season 2. When you look at these posters, these are wonderful. Carl Weathers definitely killing it, right? These are great. So I wanted to share that. And then I've got one more tab opened out here. And this came out today, and it's gotten some, or came out over the weekend. It's gotten some criticism. There's several YouTubers that have made videos of it, being really critical of Snoke's origin. And this story kind of stirred the pot. So where we've got all these wonderful news stories, of course, this is the one that's leading because it gets clicks, and hate is always going to get more clicks than the fun stuff. So and maybe some people would say that these are fun. Are those posters available? Good question. I would buy them. Daggone it. I need to do more research on that, Patricia. So that's a good question. So here's Snoke's origin. If you haven't followed this, and again, it's all over YouTube. He is, in essence, a test tube baby. So there was a lot of question about, is Snoke a clone? And we see him in those vats in The Rise of Skywalker. It fueled that speculation that he was a clone. But you find out in this book that they discuss, there's this part on Snoke. It says, he may not know his true nature. Snoke is a strand cast, an artificial genetic construct concocted by the resurrected Darth Sidious to be his proxy in power. Let's see if I can make this bigger for you all so you can see it. And I should go back and put those posters up there in bigger form as well. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this to open in a bigger. No, that's not it. Come on. That should be, I want this one here. The Snoke. Here we go. So let's make this bigger for you all. So here you go. This is where it says he's a strand cast, and essentially a test tube kind of figure. And with that, there's a lot of criticism that, again, the sequel trilogy seems to be coming more fleshed out more after the fact than before, right? The planning ahead of time seems to be far less than the work that's being done afterwards to fill in the missing pieces. And here with Snoke, it's part of that criticism, and I get it. I understand the criticism because Snoke had a lot of potential that was unexplored in the sequels. But it's an interesting question. Why would Palpatine create this strand cast, the test tube creature character of Snoke? Why would he create this being? And if you remember, part of it is Snoke was creating clones of himself, which makes Rey his daughter and granddaughter at the same time, however you want to look at that. But without going down that rabbit hole, if he's doing clone experiments of himself, trying to get a vessel that's fully powerful enough to take his essence into, so that he can regain his power, but that keeps failing. The Strandcast project was so that he would have a puppet, somebody that he could control. And in this, it says that Snoke has his free will, but he's under Palpatine's control, which makes Snoke not just a true puppet. But if you remember, but even going back to the prequels, Palpatine had a great deal of power over the minds of people. He was able to fool the Senate. He was able to fool the Galactic Republic. He was able to even fool the Jedi Council. Many of the Jedi Order, they were clouded. You hear Yoda talking about that frequently, how things are clouded because of the dark side. And now Snoke or Palpatine was having that influence. And in the comics that have come out later, you see Palpatine was even clouding Luke's judgment, his thoughts. And he was having this, we even see in Rise, where he had this sway over Ben Solo. Kylo, he says, I'm every voice you've ever heard in your head. And he's, these voices all play. So definitely Snoke was one of these puppets, weaker-minded test tube creature that did not have the ability to avoid Palpatine's mental influences. So he has this Strandcast figure that's powerful in the Force, right? Snoke exuded a great deal of Force power, but mentally weak, where he could still have control over him. Not a sufficient vessel, which would have been maybe why he was even trying to create these Strandcasts, but a significant being, Force being, that he could manipulate. So to me, it makes sense. And I see Mark, he's saying, right, the story group has been left to pick up on pieces and make it make sense. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And as a sequel defender, somebody who loves the sequel movies, I'm not going to say that they're flawless. They definitely have their own issues. And I take issue with people who say there was no plan for the sequel trilogies, because I believe there was a plan. It's just that that plan was very thin. It wasn't fleshed out very well, and it wasn't solid. It still had some flexibility to it. And by the time that gets executed between the different directors, it felt a little flimsy. And I get it. I understand people's complaints. I still love those movies. I love them. They're to me far superior to the prequels. And again, that's me as an individual. So I absolutely love them. I understand the criticisms of them, but as these continue to flesh out over the future, I'm convinced that they will become more popular. Already, I see younger folks, college age, high school age, and middle school, elementary age, people who these movies connect with them very well. They resonate very well. Not everybody, I get it. There are plenty of kids and teens that don't, but at the same time, there is a decent population of them that are out there already, college age people, making arguments in favor of the sequel trilogy. So I think that we're going to see that continue to grow, much as we did with the prequels, and much as we have seen with the prequels. You'll see more defense of it come over time. So again, there's a lot of things to discuss today. I've enjoyed covering everything. We've kind of bounced all the way through the news. There's a couple of questions I want to leave you all with. The first being, what is this project? I would love to get your input, your comments. Leave them here or reply to my Twitter on the post today. What is the project that you think Ezra Miller live action, or Ezra Miller. Oh my goodness. Ezra Bridger. Ezra Bridger is currently filming a new show. What is this new show? First of all, what's the show that he's currently filming? And secondly, if it's Star Wars, what is it? Is it Star Wars? So that's really the two questions. A, is the new show Star Wars? I think the majority of folks here today that are still with us would say, yeah, you think that it's Star Wars. I think that it's Star Wars too. Second question, what is this show? What is it? Is it the search for Ezra Bridger, the spinoff from Rebels? Is it the Ahsoka series? Is it the female-led series? Or is all of that the same thing, just different descriptors of the same project? The female-led series, the Ahsoka series, and the search for Ezra Bridger series, the Rebels follow-up. Are all of those the same series? So that's really my biggest question. I'm anxious to hear back from other folks. What do you think? Or is he just trolling? That's the other side. Is he trolling and kind of trying to build support to get cast in it himself? So I'd love to see your all's thoughts. The second thing I wanted to ask, this is more on a personal nature, is that I consistently get in debates with folks in different forums about the sequel trilogy, and I get called all kinds of different things. I get called a fanboy. I get called a Disney shill. I get called, a casual fan. There's all these things, but I have my own thoughts about the prequel trilogy, and I wanted to think about something I've been debating is going through why I still dislike this prequel trilogy, and doing a series of videos on what the problems I still have with that trilogy are, and why it still doesn't resonate for me as even good Star Wars. So I don't know that I want to go that much into negativity. I generally seen it as a positive kind of guy, and but these are thoughts that I have, and it's just to kind of counter those arguments that I get. So it says, let's see. Callisto makes sense with young loving the sequel trilogy. I love the original, and my kids love the prequels. They found a way to strike a chord with the current generation. That's absolutely true, Callisto. That's 100% true. And my youngest daughter, who is now a college-age student, she doesn't understand why Dad dislikes the prequel so much. She's like, Dad, I don't get it. I think you're just old and curmudgeon-y. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But there's that, and she loves the prequels. She likes them better than the original. But her very favorite Star Wars movies are the sequels, by far. It's not even close. And her favorite of the sequels is The Rise of Skywalker. So hey, to each their own, right? Lord Callis, love the prequels. Yeah, there are more and more fans every day joining the prequel fandom and joining in with you there. Mark, though Filoni would be show running anything Ahsoka centric, so probably not the female centric show. Very good, very good. You're probably right. Mark, Kylo is the ultimate emo Vader for millennials. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Gray, I'm a positive fan as well. I get made fun of. Gray, it's a tough thing. And I just saw over the weekend, there's this gatekeeping within different fandoms happens in video games. It happens in comics. It happens with DC, Marvel, Star Wars, you name it. There are gatekeepers who are trying to grade fans in different levels based on their agreement or disagreement with their own positions. So, yeah. Lord Callis, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. Of the prequels, it's probably my favorite as well. And I'm with those who think that the Phantom Menace is not as bad as a lot of people portray it. It's it's actually got a lot going for it. The Phantom Menace has got a lot going for it. It's got its moments for sure, but at the same time, it's got a lot. And I definitely have huge problems with Attack of the Clones. There are major issues in that movie for me. So anyway, that's it for me. Gavin, hello, welcome. I love the prequels. Consider episode 1 and 2 comedies, though. Well, I can see that. And the whole droid factory thing in Attack of the Clones is pretty ridiculous. Callisto, one that my son fiercely defends. Yeah, my daughter as well. Gray, Callisto. I mean, Gray. Live action Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith was my favorite until I had listened to the novel, and Anakin was such a pansy. Oh my goodness, Gray, that's gold. Look, Star Wars means different things to different people. And I was 10 years old in 1977, and that's the first movie that I remember seeing in the theaters. And it means a lot to me. And I still get kind of worked up over why George Lucas won't give me that to own. I would love to get the movies that I saw in the theaters to own. And I know that there are projects where I can go get the despecialized version. Harmony's is one, for example. But I want to be able to buy those and own them and have them in my collection. Something that Lucasfilm has released in Blu-ray, even digital. I would go and buy the license to that to own it. That would be wonderful. And I get why those movies connect to me so well. And I understand why the prequels attract to the folks. That movie experience, sitting in the theater and seeing that, makes a big difference. And it's why I think my kids love the sequels so much, because I took them to go see that. And I'll tell you, Mrs. Claus does not like the prequels at all. She refuses to watch them. The original trilogy, she won't sit around and watch. She's not a huge fan. She puts up with them. But the sequels, she'll actually watch. So, different folks, different characters appeal to them for different reasons. And whether it's lore breaking to you, if it has major problems, plot holes in it that cause you to disconnect, which the prequels do for me, or the sequels do for many, I understand. And I'm not going to belittle somebody's fandom because they don't like a movie that I do, or they love a movie that I don't. So there's that. You guys, it's after 1 o'clock. I'm sure John Campia has already started in talking about the Obi-Wan series today, but wanted to thank you all for being here. I've had a great time talking Star Wars. I'm looking forward to Mando Mondays as we go forward and seeing the product, the new stuff that gets revealed. And I know I've had on the ticker here the Jingle Ring for virtual visits with Santa. And if you use code 40 with that, then you can have a virtual visit with me. So the link is in the description of the video here. If you reserve, you actually get a visit with Santa myself. So if you haven't done that and you're interested, then use the link there. Use code 40 and you'll get a reserve time with me for a virtual visit for Christmas. So thanks so much. We've got a couple of comments still coming in. Let's see. Freeman, let's go back to Freeman first. Prequels are my childhood. Sure, that's great. That's great. Mark, Ray takes a lot of heat, but I thought she was great and acted really well. I got total shivers when the saber flew into her hand in The Force Awakens. Look, I've said this privately or personally. Ray connects to me more than any other Star Wars character, and there's a good reason for that. And I've discussed my own personal history, things that happened when I was a kid that make her connect to me really, really well. Her character speaks to me in powerful way, and that's me, and it has to do with me in my history. So yeah, Gavin. I think the sequels and prequels are okay. Nothing beats the original. Amen. Thanks, Gavin. And with that, we'll go ahead and close out the show. Thank you again for being here. I look forward to talking to you again soon. And until then, Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.